All right, I'm doing a new show. It's not a new show. It's old show that stopped because we're scumbags and didn't have any priorities and kept it something we held ourselves to. But we're fucking back. This is Couple Two Tree. It's with Rob Weber, Andrew Connors, Tim Scanlon. There's their full government names. Okay, so don't fuck with them. They're good people. Don't fuck with this show. Don't. This is the host. This is Rob. I'm just fucking with them.
Give them full government names.
You could fuck with the show if you want.
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah, I know. Like,
That's not my full government. It's only part of it.
Fuck with you guys. That's literally telling them to go do it. I ended up playing the intro. That was the promo. I just had to.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, that sounded like a big cat. Like it would be a shame if somebody did this.
Yeah, well, that's how you have to treat it. Like, tell people to do the opposite, and it literally works.
Right.
It literally works.
That's psychology.
So we did this sports show as a COVID thing. Like pretty much 75% of the population of the world thought I'm going to make a podcast during COVID. How long did we do this for? A year? How many episodes did we get?
Not a year. It was probably like 6 months.
6 months probably. And what we had
for the record, I did one episode.
Did you?
I'm not an original member of the team.
Remember when KK was on?
It's Tree 4 now, kind of.
Yeah, Tree 4. Did I even say the name of the show? This is a Couple Two Tree.
Yeah, KK was on at one point. We had some random guests along the way.
Scott.
Yeah.
Who's Scott? Oh, Dirk.
Yeah.
He ate a lollipop. He ate an ice pop on the show.
Yeah, he was crushing Fireball and eating ice pops.
He was blasted by the end of that episode. And he was texting me the next day being like, how did I do? I'm like, you ate a fucking ice pop, dude.
He asked me to, I told him.
It was sounding like this.
I take a half bottle of Fireball.
Like, that's awesome. Fireball.
Cheers,
so we did for like 6 months. Andy has a baby, so like that takes priority. And
number one.
So I like that you guys added a fourth because it's a buffer zone. It's so like me and Rob don't have to sit here and talk to each other because I don't even know if we could do that still. Rob grew up, everybody.
Oh, we could.
Yeah, we can. We grew up a block away from each other, me and Rob. I have his name in my phone as Purple. It's funny that you came in here and your name is Purple. Do you see that?
That's what it's been since we started this.
Oh, you signed in and it was still the same name?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys had your aliases, right?
Twitter
aliases.
I always use my real name. Like I put my license on Twitter at one point.
I used my alias for a little bit. I had AA. Yep.
AA.
Andrew. Yep.
But yeah, we ended up doing a bunch of episodes and then just stopped. So what is your excuse for that, you big pussies? What happened?
Life.
Well, I'll let Andy take that one.
Life happens, man. Shit happens. Crazy things, personal life happens, and I had to kind of step away for a little bit, but I'm back. A lot of things.
Do you want to dive into those?
Absolutely not. The less I talk about it, the better. I appreciate it, though.
Yeah, Andy, what's your financial situation right now?
We drive the same car, Web.
We were at one point thinking about making the host of the show yesterday.
Making who?
Andy's son.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. And if we did, like I texted all three of these guys earlier. I said if we had an episode tonight going, and my son was awake for it, it would have been entertaining as hell because
it would have been entertaining. I saw that video you sent us. That video you sent us, I saw that before. It is a fucking hysterical video.
It's hysterical. It's just like,
when she just walks in and she's like, "What the fuck, dude?" It's just like mac and cheese everywhere.
It's like Chinese. I don't even. It looks like Chinese food, honestly.
He just takes a handful of it and just throws it to the living room. Just a handful of food. Baby sucks. Speaking of babies, Rob, what's your excuse for being such a big baby?
Regarding what? Not doing this?
Yeah.
My co-host had to bow out for a couple months, and I couldn't do it solo.
Yeah, that's true. All right, fair answer. Scanlon. What's your excuse?
I was never on the show. I'm here to save the day for the reboot.
I love Scanlon with all this hair. All this hair.
Oh, the hair. The first time I saw Scanlon,
I grew up seeing Scanlon, he had no hair.
Scanlon looked like this his whole life.
Yeah, and now
I wasn't that bald.
Well, buzz cut.
Yeah, a little shot.
It was a choice.
Yeah. How's
I had to go with blurry background because I haven't showered today and the hair is completely out of control. So
yeah. I do the same thing as you do at work meetings, but on Zoom you can make it so like the background's like black and white and you stay in color. It's fucking so cool. It makes you look so cool.
Wait,
I was playing around with this before it started. I only had 2.
Yeah, they have a green.
The green screen ones.
It's not good
like,
unless you have a green screen.
I don't have a green screen.
Yeah.
Now, Webb, if you tried, can you grow hair on your head?
Yeah, it looks absolutely ridiculous though.
Only parts of his head. That's the problem.
I mean, you can see where it grows.
I mean, the Weber family rocks a good bald head.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
There's I would say your dad's a top 3 or 4 bald guy in the whole world.
He's had the hot dog bun since I've known him. So
yeah, and it like his hair.
Since I've known him,
his hair glows because he has such a tan all the time. So his hair used to just glow.
Yeah, now it's like white.
Remember when
man?
When I just pushed you into a wall once when we were playing bitty basketball and our dads almost got into a fight?
No.
You don't? Oh, you were on a wide open layup and I just straight like pushed you. It was not fair at all.
Yeah, because I probably blew by you.
No, you did. 100%. You were 100% better than me at basketball.
I would pay to see that fight.
Oh, my dad versus Mr. Weber? Me too.
Yeah.
That would have been an interesting one.
Yeah. Mr. Weber's like hit bull.
The general would be,
and your dad's like a polar bear,
but not by a lot.
Yeah, that would be like watching a wolf fight a polar bear. It would 100%. Be so cool. Like a white wolf.
That's like a perfect comparison.
That's a perfect comparison.
Wow,
that was unbelievable. Like the white hair, the bear.
It feels like we're from Old Forge right now, talking about our dads fighting each other.
That's the only time, like I think our dads ever did that.
Pull up pictures.
I mean, they were both coaching. They had no fight over us being their sons. They had to fight over the game of basketball and the foundation of its integrity.
Yeah, they probably didn't give a shit that it was between us.
That's a fucking flagrant. My dad's like, fuck that.
Yeah, and I remember your dad crushed somebody down the beach with the water balloon launcher. Remember that?
Dude.
That
was one of the funniest situations.
70 yards away.
So to give everybody a background here, we were at a beach and we had a hotel right on the beach and there was dunes and there's a balcony in front of the dune and then the beach. We had a water balloon shooter. What is that? Water balloon launcher.
The rubber band. They're resistance bands.
We were shooting hundreds of rounds out into the fucking Normandy beaches. My dad gets on there and pulls back a fucking wizard of a shot. And just 5 minutes later, some dude comes running up to us and he's like, someone just hit my fucking wife with that. My dad hit somebody in the fucking head with it. One shot.
Wild.
In front of hundreds of people. Hundreds, like the whole fucking sea colony.
It was like 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
so it was like, there was a lot of people out.
It was so funny.
The legend grows.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Jim Fry's legend is too much. I try to like talk up Jim Fry to like all the people from the like barstool world that I know, and they just like call him a huge bitch and stuff. I'm just like, whatever. Say what you want.
You wouldn't do it to his face. You would not call him.
But no, what's funny about my dad?
He's like, he called anyone a bitch to his face.
Yeah, dude.
Smacked like Chris Rock did.
Oh, perfect.
For real, just like that was.
Real.
Mr. Fry would get in his fucking jock real quick.
I love how my dad's famous saying is get in his fucking jock. Like that's such a weird saying. Like his jock strap. Like, Dad, that's so gross. Ew.
Get all in there. It is very old school.
Yeah, get in there and fucking eat it. Defense. Defense. Yo, I played a game of 1-on-1 versus this kid from Maine. We had like this whole thing that like we were going to Maine and we were gonna have this big showdown. I was talking like fucking heavy game. He's like 6'5", 290, and like I was just banking on the fact that like maybe he wasn't good. He was good. The game I ended at 4-2 though. I gave up. I just ran out of steam.
6'5", 290. You're banking that he just wasn't good.
He's a basketball coach too. I don't know. He looks like a bitch.
6'5", 290 basketball coach. You're probably not that good. So
I didn't know he was a basketball coach. I thought, dude, he made his first spin move. I thought his knees were going to shatter to dust. And when they didn't, I knew I was in trouble. I was like, oh, fuck. I can't. Because usually at our age, like, I still have enough speed to just get around people. And nope. This dude, like, I gotta go around him. Right now. I gotta go around him, dude. I hit his shin harder than a brick wall. His shin felt like a brick fucking wall.
Yeah, like Tim just said, smoking a cig too.
Yeah. No, I did know. I stayed up the whole night before. Let's talk about Will Smith, and then we'll get into Final Four. Then we'll get into Final Four. Is it fake? The slap, was it real? Was it fake? I've been making just good alopecia jokes. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I feel like it's. Yeah, I was gonna say.
We already know.
I feel like this is a little bit of 3-on-1 here.
I'm on your side.
Oh, what? You think it's fake too?
Alopecia? I think it's fake as fuck.
No, not the.
Yeah, I told you I've been.
Well played.
Yes, that was very well played.
Yo,
you're too experienced at this whole StreamYard online.
I do it every day for like 3 hours, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's why we need some
I
practice.
I
can't catch up to you.
At the point where we're beating Kirk Minahan on hours of shows. Like,
are you really?
Almost. Like, he was doing 5 hour or 2 hours a day for 5 days a week for like a year, and then they cut back to like 3 a week, and then it's like, so like we do one for like, I mean, we've only been doing it for a year though, but like our show ends up being like 3 or 4 hours sometimes. And then sometimes like there's this idiot on our show, his name's Jay, he's my best friend. He just stays there and will like read like books about science or something because he has no brain, and it's funny to watch, and he'll go for like 13 hours, dude.
Wait, that's not Jay, is it? Like,
no. We call that Jay because a picture of him got around. Everybody calls him Lenny. Someone that's watching this show, I know one of you have the picture of Lenny. Drop it in my DM so I could show them the picture. It's a funny picture, dude. You'll love this picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see it because I don't even know.
I'll put it up on the screen when they send it. But yeah, go ahead on Will Smith.
Yeah, please try and explain to me how you think it was staged.
Come on, let's hear it, Webb.
All right, so first, we're at the Oscars. Chris Rock's hosting, makes a joke. Will Smith laughs. Okay, looks at his wife. His wife gives him the eyes. He gets up, walks all the way on stage, right up to his face, slaps him, turns around with a smirk on his face, and just walks away.
Yeah.
Like how?
Yes, that's what happened.
No, I understand.
Then he started dropping F-bombs on live TV, and you could tell. Chris Rock
which is
completely shook after it happened. And it's the Oscars, like you said, like the most prestigious Hollywood sucks their own dick for 4 hours a night every year.
Is there a
word? The last thing that they would ever expect is something that out of bounds and that ghetto to happen.
I can guarantee you 75% of that audience never even has seen a fight. Ever.
No, you're 100% right. And why would the American channels, why would they cut it out if it was fake?
Well, it's not even that they haven't seen a fight. They also have never been held.
Well, here's the deal,
the wild things they say.
And the way Will Smith was smirking as he was walking off, that's like a nervous type of smirk. You could tell in his face, like he was feeling it. Like,
not even nervous. It's just like, I'm a crazy Scientologist, and I just am so rich that I can go up and. Yes, he's a Scientologist. That's why he did it, because he's a fucking crazy psychopathic Scientologist.
Scientology actually says, like, if you don't protect your wife or something like that, then you're not a man or something.
First of all,
yes,
it's not even his wife anymore. Like they're
married.
I understand.
Say he still thinks
saying, like,
I think he still thinks they're married.
He's a cuck, which is why he even more had to go and do that, because then he just looks like even more of a cuck when he saw how pissed off she was.
Yep.
Dear God, she probably left there and went and fucked everyone and fucked somebody else, like not him.
He likes being a sub. He likes being controlled by her, pretty much.
Yeah.
And she loves it. Obviously, she sucks. She was the demise of Will Smith, 100%.
Yeah, Will Smith's the fucking worst now.
I mean, is Will Smith the worst though? Until
the worst. He's the worst.
Dude,
he's canceled.
Yeah, dude, he's been super weird for a while now.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why would you think it's staged?
Okay,
I don't know. It just seemed unfathomable. Like I don't, and the fact that like the ratings were down for like the Oscars, like the lowest ratings ever, or something like that. Chris Rock has comedy specials coming up. Like,
He didn't even
I don't
mention
know.
it in his show though. So like if it was supposed to be part of the act, then he forgot to do the jokes about it because people that went to the Wilbur like Chris Rock show said there was nothing mentioned about it.
And I saw,
and
an
all
article.
the tickets for that are already sold. So like,
ticket
prices are going up, but that's
I
all
bought
just, like,
tickets to a
resale. That
Wilbur
doesn't
show.
even make anything for Chris Rock.
I bought tickets to a Wilbur show that was in
I don't know. I need
2019. I still haven't gone to it.
I saw an article today that there was a Chris Rock show last night or something like that, and there was a heckler that asked him. They said "fuck Will Smith," and he said no. And he said, "I'm not addressing it." He's like, "It's too soon. I'm still trying to process it." He's like, "Believe me." He's like, "When the time is right, I will come out with some funny ass shit about this, though." And like,
if
kind of played it off like that.
If Hollywood says they're still processing it one more time, I'll blow up the whole city.
Dude, it happened. Process it. Move on. Let's go.
Yeah, dude. Hollywood moves so like this country is so funny how different it is from one side to the other. It is
100%.
insane, even top to bottom.
Amy Schumer is the absolute worst. She came out and said that she like is taking a month off from doing.
Yeah, but at least she was the only one who
does
made a
anyway.
joke about it. She's the only one.
She said she's so traumatized by it
because they could
take like a month off.
They have publicists saying that shit though.
But what? That doesn't even make any sense. Who could possibly be so traumatized? This is what makes sense.
They get to call a newspaper and say their client's name, and it gets put in the paper, and their client gets notoriety, and that's how fucking Hollywood works.
Wow. But I honestly think though, like, there's so many people here who have just never been smacked in the face for saying crazy shit, and they just like think it's like so unfathomable. Even at the Oscars, like, you say crazy wild shit,
so many
you might get smacked in the face.
But
I
no,
learned that
that's
lesson as a 12-year-old. Motherfucker named Felix.
People are
punched me in the face at the St. Mary's Church picnic. And I learned my lesson to not talk crazy to people anymore after that.
COVID real. No, we're not doing that.
No, we're not going to be going through COVID.
And I have no idea what the relevancy of it is, but apparently he retired from like the academy, whatever that is.
Marriage can be whatever you want it to be. Yeah, that's a fact, I guess. You just won't catch me with letting my wife fuck everybody while I sit there and watch.
100%. There's got to be everybody else is their own person. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. It's just.
Oh yeah, if that's what works for him, I guess. I just think he's a little bit weird for it.
He shouldn't be going up and smacking somebody.
Yeah, he's super weird. He's a Scientologist. No, you shouldn't do it. But when you're worth $250 million and you're a weird Scientologist, that's the type of shit you do.
I got one question though. Do you guys still think Jada Pinkett is hot?
Yeah, so hot.
No.
She played Fish Mooney in the series.
No,
I don't either.
Dude, she's fucking gorgeous.
Purple's wife will be a whore.
You didn't tell me that bitch was bald headed.
Huh?
Smokey from Friday. You didn't tell me the bitch was bald headed.
Yeah. Well, listen.
It's a G.I. Jane joke.
Yeah,
I get it. I understand. She has a buzz cut going on. But her face is still gorgeous.
Blind Mike made this point. At the root of this is not even really a good joke. Not that it's not a good joke. It is a horrible joke. It's fucking dated. It's a G.I. Jane joke. Also, he's saying she looks like one of the most beautiful stars in Hollywood. Like Demi Moore in a movie where she just has her head shaved. He's not really dissing her.
I mean, if Jada Pinkett was smart, she would actually create a G.I. Jane too and make like $1 billion on it.
Oh, it would.
That was immediately what I thought.
That's what she should do. She should just say, "Fuck it." Like, I am gonna be G.I. Jane. Fuck you, Chris Rock. We're gonna make $1 million kajillion on it.
Yeah.
All this. Okay. All this whole thing happened because of her, because of a female. Like, he wasn't gonna do shit. Chris Rock made the joke. Will Smith wasn't gonna do shit. And then
there's some history between Chris Rock and Jada too. Like.
Oh, it's going back. Okay. I don't know this. Go into that. I don't know that.
I don't know either.
Well, I think it was the 2016 Grammys, or maybe it was the Oscars again. Or no, I think it was the Oscars. Jada Pinkett said she was going to boycott it because there wasn't enough representation or whatever.
Oscars, yeah, there was no black people in it.
And Chris Rock was like a presenter for it again, or he was a host, and he came out and was like, you can't boycott something you weren't invited to in the first place. Like, ripped on her for that.
Damn.
And then apparently there was like, even before that, I saw a tweet about it today that he did a stand-up show where he was talking to, like, basically he got like rejected by Jada and took it like super personal. So there's some history going back there. I don't know.
Kind of fucked up. We don't have a TV logo on the top right. There is a logo.
It's written all over her face. Like,
She is, I love the memes that are out there that are just like her face, and then it's just like cheater, fucking psychopath, sociopath. Like by the bottom, it's just like fucking slut whore. It's like, Jesus, dude, this is a Facebook meme. Like, I got kicked off Twitter for saying bitch. Like,
well, Facebook is a whole nother animal, but the memes have been great. I mean, I've been laughing about it.
Oh, the internet.
For, 5 days now.
The internet's always undefeated.
Every time I go on Twitter, I find a new way to like laugh about it. But
Kirk said this in his show that I think this week. He was like, "This is the first time since COVID started that like the whole internet is talking about something that isn't COVID or the war, like a war. Like this is 100% the first time that's happened where we all snap back to our fake reality. Like Will Smith versus Chris Rock is like the biggest news there is." That's weird.
Yeah, were any of you actually watching the Oscars when that happened, or just all heard about it on Twitter?
Too. I don't know why we did.
I wasn't watching it. No.
Yeah, neither was I.
Jay,
award show.
I said doesn't have a brain. Yeah, no shit. We're talking about this fucking late. This is the first show.
We fuck cards and idiotic opinions starting a week later.
Don't be
appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Don't be weary to hate that guy. He's the worst.
No, I just started reading the comments. They're actually pretty hilarious.
Oh no, our comments will be good.
Wait, how do we?
It's not only the Huffington Post. I just read Twitter. There's whatever's on Twitter. So
this guy. We'll take calls in a little bit. He's a great caller too. He's a Canadian dude. He has the funniest voice ever. He's on my show every day.
I have another thing, and this is off the topic of the Grammys or Oscars, but Patty the Batty could be another thing we mentioned towards the end here.
We could talk about him now. I mean, Patty the Batty is my guy. We had a whole conversation about this a week ago like we tried to live stream it and just it didn't work. And dude, he's getting me into UFC like 100%.
I'd like to see him fight someone real.
Yeah, I don't even care if he doesn't fight someone real.
But he's not there yet. He's like, I would do exactly what he's doing.
Well, right. I know that. I mean, that's the way, but I don't know. You're not going to jump and fight somebody don't get knocked out. But let's see somebody who can actually.
Here's the difference between UFC though. Like his game is so.
He did get caught in that.
In what?
Right, but that guy didn't have the power to actually do anything about it. I want to see if Scousers
a guy that could just hit him and KO him.
Someone real.
Who would you like to see him fight?
Why am I talking?
I don't know. I don't know UFC well enough, but somebody real.
Say somebody else, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know UFC enough either, but that guy is fucking electric. I can't see the comments, right? Where
all you gotta do is just go right, hit the comments.
See where it says comments.
Oh.
We are completely oblivious. Yes.
No, don't listen. Stop. Don't fucking acknowledge him at all, because we'll make him come on here and we'll see who's the oblivious one. You three would fucking tie a rope around him.
Every single person involved in this broadcast right now is oblivious.
I'd like tying
commenter or
this is the fakest facts I've ever seen on the screen. These three would. No, I'd fuck Scanlon up. Andy's like 6'6". Weber would just.
Andy's a soft 6'6".
Scanlon probably also Scanlon probably fucked me up too.
I don't know.
None of us are fucking
5 years old, man. Like, get out of here.
I'm like a buck 70.
We're just saying if we were lions, who would be the best lion? How about that? Can we put it in those terms?
We were lions. I mean, I guess Andy would be the biggest. So
there's a huge joke that I'm 5'6". I'm not. These guys know that, but they will completely agree with them.
Oh no. So all the commenters, John is 5'6".
That's about right.
Yeah, one day
5'6.5".
It was early when I had my Twitter, and one day like people like started this joke, and I like spent the whole day trying to prove to them that I'm not. I showed them my license. That's the day I showed them my license, and I was like, they were like, "Yo, your license height isn't the truth." I'm like, you can't lie on your license. Like, I tried to make them put me as 6 foot, and they were like, "No, that's illegal. You're not 6 foot, so like you can't put that on your license."
Fake ID, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe if you went like 2 or 3 inches above what you were, you're going almost like what?
Andy, I think you look great for 35.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, dude, I'd fuck you.
You're 35, Andy?
I'll be 35 this year, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I found out a dude I work with. is 38 the other day, and I thought he was my age, and it just blew me away. I was just like, wow, you experienced so much before me. Fuck, not even the same grade. Right. Craig saying I'm short as fuck. This is this is Blind Mike's producer right here.
Okay. So should we jump into the Final Four?
Yeah, you guys can go talk sports now. I feel like you're comfortable. Everybody knows who you are. You can more. Everyone knows I don't know sports, so go sport.
You can chime in about your Chicago Bears, I guess, if you feel like it.
Oh, please don't.
Yeah. What's going on with the Bears? Let me ask you that question. No, go ahead. Final Four.
All right. Well,
first of all, calls ready for you guys, so you'll be able to take calls.
Yeah, two Duke fans can't wait to talk Final Four.
So should we listen? So Tim, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? I mean, obviously we're two Duke fans. I want to hear from somebody that's not a Duke fan.
Ideally, the same thing that happened the last time they played would happen. North Carolina just runs them off the court. Caleb Love gets hot, just like he's been. It's a million threes. Coach K cries. Maybe gets thrown from the game or collapses again, has a heart attack. That would be sweet. Wouldn't hate it at all.
Wouldn't hate that one bit.
I have a feeling, though, it's going to be
during the timeout. He was arguing about the last call, and Mike bent over and then went to the floor. Johnny Dawkins among those first out, and Mike quickly recovered. Whatever.
That is what I would really like to see. It's Coach K just in the fetal position on the court while Duke gets beat by like 30. But it's probably going to be a close game.
What do you think is going to happen in the first game?
Yeah, the first game
is going to destroy Villanova.
You think so?
Villanova, they only have 6 guys. And Kansas is deep and they're big. Like, Kansas had the easiest road, maybe of any team ever, to get to the Final Four in the championship.
My only issue with the Kansas logic, again, these players are better than Houston's players, but Houston was so much more athletic, like so much more active, so much more everything than Villanova. And Villanova just played their own pace and wore them down and ended up beating them. Like they don't miss follow shots. I think Nova's getting overlooked right now because of what's his name? Yeah.
He's out. And Gillespie's banged up too. But I just think Kansas and Houston, you can't compare them because Houston can't really score.
No, Houston can't score.
And as soon as Houston got down and the way Nova was guarding them, they had no chance coming back. Kansas can actually score. Ajabe is a freak. They have McCormick, who's a monster inside, and they're just way deeper than Villanova.
See, Houston does this every year. They're always like a decently higher seed, and then they always get to like the Elite 8 or Sweet 16. Everyone's like, okay, well, they have a chance. They lose in the Elite 8 pretty much every year.
They were in the final. They were in the Final Four last year.
You did not end. Sorry. I'm trying to get the call.
They made it to the Final Four after they're hyped up once. And then they lost.
And they made it back to the Elite 8 this year. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and they lose. They made it to the Elite 8 maybe 2 or 3 times, I feel like. The last, maybe 10 years.
I mean, Villanova as a program is super legit, but Houston is not Kansas. And you can't beat Kansas in 6-man rotation. They'll wear them down.
No, not going to happen.
That's why I preface that with Kansas has the superior basketball players compared to Houston. Houston has athletes all over, but Kansas has that and guys that could score.
And they have Bill Self too. Bill Self is a good coach.
I mean, watching Miami play them in the second half in the Elite 8, they scored 15 points in the second half. It was embarrassing. They couldn't do anything. Villanova will make looks probably that Miami missed, but I just don't think they're going to be able to rebound and play inside of Kansas.
No, that's going to be tough for them, definitely. But, I mean, you got to know, Jay Wright is going to go in there with a certain game plan to try and throw Kansas off like they did. What they beat them, what they met last time in the Final Four, was it 3-4 years ago? It was 2012 maybe, something like that, 10 years ago? I forget.
It was
2018? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and Villanova, that's when they won it that year, actually.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could see something like that happening too.
I mean, they can hang around. I think they might hang around the first half, especially if Gillespie's hot and they hit a couple threes. Maybe if they find a way to get some of the Kansas guys in foul trouble. But I just think over the course of 40 minutes, Kansas is going to wear them down.
All right, so both of those spreads tomorrow are 4. Duke's giving 4, and Kansas is giving 4.
I think Duke's gonna cover.
I'm gonna lay a huge money line parlay on Kansas and Duke because I want both of them to lose, and I've been super cold, and I hope that I can just rub off on them and lose. I think Kansas covers 4. I think Kansas covers like 10, honestly.
Really? You think they're going to double digit win?
Yes.
They have all this tournament but last game, I think, right? I think they beat their opponents by like 13.8 points per game.
They're flying under the radar because they haven't really played anyone, but they've been destroying everyone. They're fully healthy for the first time like all year. They're clicking, like running on full cylinders.
They're the ones who have that. They're the ones that have that dude that transferred out of West Virginia, right?
Who? Kansas?
You have the hiccups right now.
No, that's Oscar Sheba. He just won Player of the Year. He went to Kentucky.
I don't think I've ever seen someone get the hiccups on a show.
He had them all show.
That's funny. I thought your mic was cutting out, and then that was the first one I saw. I was like, he has the hiccups.
No full blown hiccups. That's why I've been drinking water the whole time, trying to get rid of them. All right, but what's the best championship matchup though? I think it is Kansas and Duke.
Kansas and Duke, yeah.
Probably. I mean, Duke has the most pros out of anyone that's playing, but I think Kansas UNC would be a great game too, just because UNC has been playing lights out since they beat Duke and Cameron at the end of the year.
Since the beginning of the season, I mean, I know they had their lull to mid-late season, but Duke in the beginning of the season they looked easily like the best team in the country.
Yeah, like I said, they have the most pros. Roach has been unbelievable.
That's my big point. If Roach is finally playing like he should have been all season, but 100%. he's awesome.
I mean, he carried them to the finish line that last game. He was just
definitely did
crossing over and hitting that little mid-range jump shot. The mid-range jump shot's not dead. It's a valuable shot in the game still.
Him and Mark Williams. Mark Williams has been very good defensively for us. He's been a monster down low.
You guys mind if I real quick?
Boy. Which guy?
I had a roommate. His name was Mark Williams. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. He was – well, yeah, I mean, in the second half, he came out and scored 12 points.
Yeah.
First 10 minutes of the second half of the last game. They were playing that zone, and he was just leaking behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And who's the transfer, the other big guy they have that they bring off the bench, the Dreads?
Oh, Jesus, I forget his name, too.
John.
He's like number 15.
Yeah, John.
Yeah, his last name's
he comes in, brings a ton of energy, blocks a ton of shots, a ton of rebounds. So –
yeah,
Duke is definitely – I mean, Duke is better than North Carolina. They should beat them, but you never know. I mean, Baycott dominated them last time they played. Caleb Love is super hot right now. He's playing like he's Steph Curry, just pulling up from all over the place.
He is very confident right now. He doesn't care. He's going to shoot the ball. Duke beat them the first time they played. Duke beat them by 20. I mean, they were definitely a different team, and obviously a full season can do that to somebody. But, I mean, it's Coach K's last year. I don't see Duke losing to North Carolina in the Final Four. First time they're ever going to play them in the tournament. I don't see it happening.
They said the same thing about them playing the final game at Cameron because the pressure got to them.
That's the regular season, though. That's the regular season.
But that was like the biggest game those kids have played in up to this point. So that's the only 100%. Thing. It's like the pressure clearly got to them in that game. So I'm curious now. Like, there's going to be more pressure now since the Final Four. Are they going to be able to adjust from what happened at Cameron, or is that pressure going to surround them like it did last time? And like, is it going to bust? Because I mean, all those former players there at Duke, all the media attention, all the shit that was going on, it's all about fucking Coach K all the time. We all know that he's the most important guy in the world. No one else matters. Fuck the players. It's about Coach K. So, you know, we'll see if they're able to handle it better the second time around. I think they're lucky that they get the second shot at it. But
so you're saying this praise that he's getting is undeserved?
At it, but that's not what I said at all. But he's making everything about himself, like always.
He is being the worst about this whole thing.
He even talked about it.
42 years.
There's all these pressure on the players that we didn't put on them. It's like, well, you put all the pressure on them when you announced your retirement a year ago. You could have just retired. You didn't have to go on your whole little fucking tour and do this whole thing.
Also,
the pressure came from Coach K. He put the pressure on them.
He didn't give his seniors a senior night. It was just Coach K night.
Exactly.
That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Coach, I'm so ready to get rid of Coach K, to be totally honest, Andy. I don't know.
Wow.
42 years.
That's a hot take from a Duke fan.
That is a very hot take, and I don't know if I could respect.
Did you go to Coach K camp when you were a kid, Webb? You did, right?
Yeah, like the Duke. I went.
You guys have a call. Do you want to take a call?
Sure, why not? Let's see what they have to say.
414. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hey.
Oh Jesus.
How are you guys doing today?
Good. You?
I'm doing great.
Tell me more.
Is this the Howard Stern show or the tree?
Are you gonna Nelson? Are you gonna come on here and you're gonna give me some hot sports takes? Give me your hottest sports takes.
Yeah, it's gonna be Villanueva Duke in the finals today.
All right,
Alopecia for the win.
Alopecia for the win.
What do you give me for a score? What do you give me for a score?
2 points.
2 points.
2 points.
All right. Thank you.
Point game.
Any questions for the boys?
You're welcome, baby.
You're welcome, baby.
How big's your dick?
Huge. Yours?
That's pretty big.
All right.
I tore my wife last night.
Oh, tell me more.
Ripped her in half. It was a fantastic time.
All right, Nelson, have another caller. Call back later.
Absolutely, baby.
Absolutely. All right, 315. I think this is Jay. Go ahead, 315.
Hi, is this Meeting of the Minds?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Your response.
Okay. Well, these are new faces. Scan, Purple, and Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be best if we just went around the room and we all talked about what's our favorite terp.
Terp, like from weed?
Yeah, guys, what's your favorite terp?
All right, we'll answer. Thanks for the call.
Gonna be totally honest. I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what terps are.
Yeah, I've been smoking weed since I was like 14, but it's never been that deep.
Yeah,
I see the words.
We're just like, do we have bud? Do we not have bud?
Yeah.
For a ride. Can I bring
3 for 50?
My friend wants to come in here. He's Canadian. He wants to say hello to you.
Canadian?
Oh shit!
Hey,
oh shit! I'm on this thing. Hey,
yo, guys, this is BA. Me and him started this whole thing together. Everything I've ever done is because of this guy.
Is this my guy? Is this my guy that I did an episode with? Just me and him?
I don't think so.
No. Who Webb did an episode with BA? Poppy.
How are you, boys? I'm BA Griff Vegas, the founder of Griff Vegas Enterprise. But I took off the Twitch because we're playing PUBG.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
People still play PUBG.
Oh, we just playing again. I played 4 games. I have 2 wins. We're really good.
I'll come on next Friday.
All right, thanks, buddy. Love you.
All right, have a good one.
That's our He's the best comment guy out there. If you know what I would do, have him as your comment guy. So basically, this is how it worked. BA, what do we got in the comments?
Okay.
What do we got in the comments?
Oh, okay.
Oh, he was already out of it. My bad. So basically, I just have him come in and he'll do the comments instead of me having to like bring them up. And he's a lot funnier with the comments. It makes it a lot easier. Then you don't have to be looking at the comments the whole time.
That makes sense.
We invented the idea of the comment guy. I want that on the fucking record.
What's
the idea of the comment guy?
What I just said.
Bringing the comment up on the screen.
He's not on the show. He's just sitting here watching the comments, looking for good ones. And then he comes on, drops a couple jokes, busts some balls, gives some comments, gets out of there. And then the guys on the show really don't have to be sitting here paying attention to the comments.
Yeah, because I could see this.
Well, it can just happen to us and sort of made a show because of it, because our show is based off the commenters. That's why our comments are there's so many. And like we just couldn't do a show because we had nothing to talk about. So like without the commenters, we have nothing to talk. Like if they're not funny and laughing like we aren't. There's another call and then we'll do some more Final Four talk. What's up, 804?
Yeah, this is Brian from Raleigh.
Hey Brian,
got a question for the Bulls.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, so got a question for these guys here.
Okay.
So wondering where they think they can get off talking shit about Coach K like this fucking American hero, 2 gold medals. You think you're better than him? You think you're fucking better than him?
Question.
I think the players won those gold medals. I could have coached Team USA into gold medals.
No.
Like,
Coach K. How do you rate
LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony?
Don't know what you're talking about.
In their prime.
You guys don't know what you're fucking talking about. You talk shit about Coach K, American hero.
Webb, your defense.
He's a Raleigh.
I don't have a defense.
You don't have to. He's an American hero.
He never served in the army. He's not an American hero.
If this is a person, I think
I think he's a hero.
American hero.
What did you say, Andy?
I think he's a hero.
Any 3 of you have a gold medal?
Ooh, good question.
I do, yeah.
I agree with you.
No.
Oh, for the United States of America.
District championship gold medal.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the United States of America.
No, we don't.
Nobody cares about your gold medal for Scranton, Pennsylvania, you dork.
You act like winning gold medals in basketball is some like super fantastic achievement for the coach. Like,
this is Brian.
We're the fucking gold medals in the fucking Olympics. That's all we fucking do is win gold medals in basketball. Like, fuck Coach K.
Brian and Riley.
Brian from Raleigh coming in hot.
Our show never gets calls. Ever.
American hero. Give me a break.
Ever. I hate
basketball. He's a fucking basketball coach.
He's a Duke. He's a Duke.
During the timeout, he was arguing about the last call, and Mike bent over and then went to the floor.
This is your fucking hero? Guy in the fucking fetal position?
That's got to be one of the best calls on a broadcast I've ever heard. And then Coach K went to the floor. That was amazing.
That's not a hero. That is a cowardly little man curling up in the fetal position on the court.
I do have a question though, Andy. You're not ready for him to be gone?
No, I mean I don't mind a change of scenery.
Oh, you got it.
42 years is.
Are you ready for John Shire to take over? Do you think he's going to be good or what?
Yes, I do.
I mean, Coach K is a racist also because they screwed over Tommy Amaker, who's way more qualified than John Shire. Because Coach K wants he's a little puppet master. He's going to be behind the strings pulling John Shire's fucking strings.
He is an ambassador to the school.
Trash. John Shire's bum too.
John Shire's been the one recruiting for them for the past 5-6 years and has been doing a great job, clearly.
Well, he's been doing a great job. Coach K is the head coach.
They're at Duke, Andy. Like it's Duke.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, North Carolina is.
Who knows how much drop off we might get?
Well, all right, but you two Duke fans. I mean, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow?
I think Duke's going to win.
I think
yeah.
Duke's going to win.
That was a leading question, Scanlon.
Duke is going to win. I'm going to bet on North Carolina because I've been betting against Duke the whole tournament and they keep winning. So
yeah,
I'm going to bet on North Carolina and see how it plays out. But
callers, the phones are still open. It's
the power of bets are about to hit between me and you because I've been betting against Duke and they just keep. Actually, no, I've been betting on Duke and they lose.
You guys low-key have so much more viewers than us right now, and I'm really pissed about it. Like you're crushing our views right now.
How many viewers do we have?
Huh?
What's the number at that?
Well, so what I can see is just the YouTube, and you have 25 on there, and then that's two different YouTubes though. And then we have all the viewers that are on Twitch or not Twitch, Twitter, that they don't show us how many of those are. They don't count that into this number. So I don't know.
No.
Right. What is the YouTube channel? Like how can people?
I sent you it on Twitter and on Instagram and your cell phone.
Apparently Purple doesn't know how to work the internet.
He really doesn't. He's not good at this shit.
I know how to work the internet. Get out of here.
Yo, put that on a shirt. I don't know the internet. Get out. Yo, what did we used to do? Wait, how long Weber was till he said what when we first started doing this show? Remember, Andy? It was like
all right.
Oh man.
All right.
Maybe that's why I wanted to start the show.
It's a tagline, baby. All right. Time to get back into another episode of Couple Two Tree Podcast.
Yeah, that was a good intro. Now, what I love, you listen to Son of a Boy Dad?
I do, yeah.
I can't.
That ain't great. That ain't great. Yeah, I do listen to Son of a Boy Dad.
You know how he goes, welcome back, everybody, to Son of a Boy Dad podcast. I love how he does that.
He says, what is up, everybody?
Yeah, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. Yeah, the kid who was just on BA is the one who got me into that show. I fucking love it. I forgot you're a huge Ron.
Ron's just the best, so. And it's just hilarious. Sass is so young and just dumb, hilarious.
King of New York.
Ron's the man, and he just like uses sass to just like he doesn't really cross the line much, but he uses sass to break his mental fucking health to fucking shreds.
Well, he's perfect. Like Ron's the perfect person to have on that podcast with him because he'll just Sass will start telling stories and he'll be like, oh yeah, like and then what? Like he just like leads them on to keep talking and it's fucking great.
Yeah. There's another caller. Let's see what they have to say.
508.
Hey.
Hey guys.
How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Metal band. I really like Deftones. Oh hey.
Do you guys like metal? New metal? What is
Absolutely
new?
Not.
Oh, new metal. Like
Not
it's
Cameo.
like Deftones.
Talking to the wrong crew.
Yeah,
you're definitely talking to the wrong
I don't think they like that. Scream's pretty specific. Like no one really fucking.
I don't like to be screamed at.
Oh,
I dabble in something,
guys-
but
what do you listen to?
metal.
What do you listen to?
I listen to just about everything but metal.
Really? That's how I am
Mostly
country.
rap.
I don't really listen to country, but I like just
Country's-
about anything else.
Country's
I've
fine,
been
though.
watching Yellowstone, and I'll tell you what, I downloaded 3 country songs as of late.
Country music is probably the worst music. I'd rather listen to metal music than country, honestly.
Yeah,
What?
let me just say that this is a great meeting of the minds
songs?
2.0. Thanks, John.
Why?
Great show. Thank you.
You have to approve them. I'll tell you, Carm, later. I can't find them right now. Yeah, but yeah, Yellowstone is great. Cameo, I appreciate the call. My favorite new metal band is, and explain again to me what new metal is.
New metal's more of like you would think. So you're talking about heavy guitars. You're talking about like 7-string guitars, and usually like
so like
some
fucking
rap to
Disturbed
it.
or something. Then Breaking Benjamin, because I work with the guy.
I guess.
I don't really. I'll tell you what. I really
called
don't
it
like that
that.
music, like new metal. You seem like a guy that likes new metal, though, Cameo, banging that head back and forth.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I grew up in that time, and that's what I think. I actually do like. Do you guys like pop punk? Like, what do you think of pop punk?
Pop punk, I love pop.
That's my other rapping than that is pretty much what I listen to.
I was upset. Like I went to a Blink concert when I was in 8th grade. It was Blink, The Used, and Taking Back Sunday. It was fucking incredible.
We saw Blink down in Hershey, Friday.
And I saw Blink down in Hershey. That was the first time I found out what Molly was.
That was a very.
Like Rage Against the Machine.
I've listened to Rage. I've seen them actually before. They're actually really good at concerts.
There you go. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll fuck with that. I mean, that's a great band.
I'll fuck with that.
Yeah,
Thanks, Cameo. I love you, dude.
Yeah, peace.
All right, peace.
Yeah, thanks.
He did a show called KMS Brews. Cameo, you still trying to bring that back? I know you're still there. No, he's not. There was like 4 episodes, but he's been saying it's coming back. He's like for a while, for a long time.
So, we got the NBA playoffs.
My take on NBA or NCAA basketball too.
Oh yeah,
I never knew you were a fan of them, Andy.
Who
is Steve a fan of Duke?
No, Steve's a Kansas fan actually.
That's even worse.
Yeah, the 3 of them. 2 Duke fans and a Kansas fan.
My other brother Bob.
I knew Bob was a Duke fan.
Yeah. Well, Steve is he's a fan of the most bizarre teams of all time.
That's because Steve just liked to draw logos.
He like random players too.
Yeah, and he was just like Gary Payton. Yeah, when Nico started dating Payton's daughter, and like Steve found out.
Steve had a boner for like 3 months.
Dude, he is.
Yo, I was talking to Nico. He said Gary said this.
Yeah.
Here, Steve.
He got assigned Gary Payton mini basketball.
He did get assigned, a mini basketball out of it.
Oh, that's pretty dope, actually.
Are they still dating?
No.
Ooh, no. Nico's new girlfriend's fucking awesome. Her name's what's Nick's girlfriend's name, Carl?
I'd imagine
Shania.
It's Shania.
She's very cool.
I couldn't think of her full name. I wanted to be polite. She's awesome. She came to our house one time and she was dressed like she had like a white fuzzy top and like she looks like it was like fucking I was like you're fucking wild.
They're funny together.
It had a matching hat like and boots.
That's great. Good for Nico. Nico's the man.
Yeah, Nico's always doing something cooler. My dad's always just like, he just like his dad gave him like enough money to just be a rich enough kid. He's like, Nico's got it made.
For sure.
He's also lived in Arizona.
Well, I mean,
which
does that have
to win in and of itself?
Yeah, that's true. That's a huge one. It's hot there though. It's really hot.
Yeah, but so are the fucking women, and so everything is
on there. Everyone.
I don't mind being hot all year.
No, me neither at all. I just was trying to find something terrible about it.
That's why
make us feel better.
We would look like
NEPA
dog shit out there, like
that's
that.
Why there's always pool parties and chicks are just walking around in bikinis like all day regularly.
It's wild to like live in a place where you know that all times there's just partying going on that you can attain Like you can go to a party at any time.
That's very dangerous too.
I was there last year on Memorial Day weekend, and like
you went. I need to go again.
The place Nico brought us to was like old. I think it was Old Scottsdale.
Yeah.
It's basically just like one street with like 6 gigantic clubs. And we got there during the day. We left. We came back at night, and it was like The Walking Dead. Because the people that never left were just like scattered out on the street, just like walking around like total drunk zombies. There's like ambulances and police. It was wild. It's a wild scene.
That's hilarious. That's funny as hell.
That sounds like a good time, actually.
Yeah, no, when I went out, like, that's one of my favorite fucking places in the fucking world. Like, it's so beautiful there. Like, just the fucking dirt is cool. I remember when I went, I like flew there with Mr. Verschoning, and I was asking him a bunch of questions just like about trees and shit. And at one point, he was like, dude, I don't know. I was like, my bad, Mr. Verschoning. Yo, at that time, we were flying out there. He was reading like magazines about, remember when Simplex opened the solar power, like they did solar power for a while? Like it was him like researching it, and he like told me all the shit about it. Like this was like years before like solar got huge. And yeah, it was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. Like, what the fuck is this, dude? But NBA playoffs are starting soon. More sports stuff.
Yeah, playoffs.
7 games left in the regular season.
How many games in the regular season? 82 still?
82 still.
Yeah.
You got the Eastern Conference. Who we got coming out of there?
Eastern Conference is first of all, we need to figure out who's going to actually make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference and what seeds, like where the seeding is going to be. There's like 3 teams that are all right up at the top and switching places every night, depending on who wins and loses.
At the top and the bottom. The East is
and the bottom.
Wild right now. Even the Nets. The Nets are the 9th seed right now, right? They got to win 2 games to even get in the playoffs.
Yep. That's tough.
Which is crazy.
So yeah,
but I think the East belongs to Giannis firmly.
Right now, I think you're right, dude. He's so, just watching last night, like he and I know it's like very simple take, but he's just unstoppable. You can't really do anything about him. And then when he starts hitting threes, it's like, what do you? There's literally no answer for him.
The Bucks are definitely good. Giannis is insane.
This kid's from Milwaukee too.
Also,
nobody's really been talking about Milwaukee all year long. It's been the Nets, it's been the Sixers,
and Giannis has always
been the Celtics, super hot for the last 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever. And now all of a sudden, Milwaukee's the 1 seed. Giannis is shooting 55%. They're back in the 2 seed now.
Yeah,
they're the 2 seed. They're like a half game behind the Heat. Then
they're a half game behind. Yeah,
Giannis is shooting 55%. He's making those elbow jumpers. He's making step back threes.
Bucks for that motherfucking dub.
Yeah,
that's what's super dangerous. Giannis is hitting these shots. It's crazy.
Oh, thank you for the call.
And that's like Ben Simmons. Like Giannis was kind of like, I'm sorry to bring him into this web, but he sucks. Ben Simmons is terrible because he's afraid to shoot the ball.
He's afraid to shoot the ball. Point.
Giannis wasn't able to shoot, but he wasn't afraid to shoot the ball, and this is why he's actually progressively getting better. If Ben Simmons actually went out there and started shooting more shots instead of passing out a wide open layup because he's afraid to get fouled and go to the free throw line, like, come on.
You're talking about on the Sixers, though. If you don't think he's going to be nasty on the net, why? He doesn't need to shoot on the nets.
He needs to play. I think he's scared to play. He's not even scared to shoot anymore. He's scared to play.
Yeah,
he won't even play. Where is he? The Nets need him. They have no chance without him. It was so obvious last night. Chris Middleton got thrown out of that game last night for that bullshit flagrant 2. It wasn't close to a flagrant 2.
It's actually pretty nice to say about people. Boy bands.
They shot like 4 for 30 from 3 or something outrageous like that. They were down by 8, 2 minutes left, 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Giannis just puts them on his back, carries them into overtime, carries them to the win. I mean, they talk about championship DNA, like the Bucks are playing like the defending champs. They have all the confidence in the world. Giannis is not scared of anything. Made those 2 free throws last night with 3 seconds left to give him the lead. I mean, to win a game in Brooklyn. I mean, the Nets
comes out on. Holiday will drive and look for Giannis and out to Connaughton. Onto the Kumbo. Drummond's on. Step back 3 for the tie. Got it! Giannis ties the game and becomes the Bucks' all-time leading scorer on 1 stroke. It's only fitting.
He's my favorite.
He's making that shot.
All-time leading scorer. Yeah.
Good luck.
If he's making that shot, you can't defend that.
That was a heartbreaker. The Nets were up like 7 with 3 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left, and then all that shit happened.
I think the Nets are the only team that could beat Milwaukee, and the craziest thing is they might play as a 1-8 in the first round. But I just think they asked Durant to do way too much.
Well, they do because now Kyrie's back, so he's been doing a lot too. But when he wasn't, they only had Durant to score. Like there was nobody. They don't have any other like pure scorers on that team.
But the thing that even with Durant, like you saw it last year in the playoffs, he still almost willed them to that victory. But he doesn't. I'm the biggest LeBron fan. But he doesn't carry a team the same way LeBron does. KD will give you 45, 50 points, but the rest of the guys just kind of stand around and watch.
Yeah, I mean,
Bucks have more than that, where Middleton, Holiday, kind of Giannis will facilitate a little bit for the other guys on the team. Like Connaughton was big for them in the finals last year.
The Bucks are
I don't
super
see
deep.
that. I don't see. Well, the Nets are kind of deep too, but like so they need Simmons. They need Simmons to play defense. They need Simmons to rebound and facilitate because Durant can't do that on a level where he's going to win 4-7 game series.
Who's defending Giannis on the Nets?
Simmons.
Simmons? No, he's not. He's not playing. Who's defending?
I mean, he's
right
a
now?
body you can throw at him, but nobody in the league can defend.
Dude,
Giannis.
they had Andre Drummond trying to guard him at one point.
That's what I mean. Like Giannis is going to eat the Nets alive. Simmons is definitely
he did it. He did it last year.
Come back, but Giannis is going to do it again. He's going to do it again. The Nets might be a little bit deeper than they were, but like no, one of the guys that they gave up James Harden for, the main guy they gave up James Harden, one of the superstars for, isn't playing, and he's probably not going to play. He's probably not going to play.
Right, Andy.
They said he had a setback because of his back. Yeah, exactly. He's not going to play. So it's like this year's a wash.
That game last night played out just like the playoff series did last year. I mean, Durant got fouled on that corner three, made the 3 free throws. They went up by 1. The Bucks didn't call a timeout. They just inbound to Giannis. He just ran down the court, got fouled by Claxton, and 3 seconds left, made the 2 free throws. And Durant he almost hit it, but had to knock down a miracle 3 to try and win the game.
He did that against the Mavs. He did that against the Mavs
in a 7-game series. I just don't know. After seeing what the Bucks were able to do to win the championship last year, now they know what it takes. They know how to make adjustments in the playoffs in these 7-game series, game-to-game situation, and they have a better team. I don't see anybody stopping them in the East.
The Heat. I think the Heat are very underrated right now. The Heat are good. The Heat are good.
The Heat are good, but they are not good enough. They have no answer for Giannis.
If Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, if they don't show up, and Kyle Lowry doesn't play his
Jimmy
best.
Butler's shooting like 25% from 3 this year.
Yeah, he's not. Jimmy Butler's definitely not.
You have a call. 804. You're up.
Let's go.
Hey, this is Brian in Durham.
Hey,
First
Brian.
time, long time. I agree with Brian and Raleigh. I just want that to be known.
Okay.
Going to the NBA here. I got a question for you guys.
What's up?
First off, the Washington Bullets are the greatest team that's ever played in the NBA. 1. 2. Do you think LeBron James is embarrassed the Cavs are going to make the playoffs and he isn't?
No.
Yes, most definitely. He might try to get trade. He might try to get out of his contract and get on the Cavs before the playoffs start.
He doesn't have to try. If he wants to do it, he will.
Don't disrespect Coach K ever again. This is Brian and Durham signing out.
I will disrespect Coach K at every single chance I get, and this is the Cavs' first winning season without LeBron since LeBron came in the league. I think LeBron's fine.
He's still a pussy though.
He's crying at night.
He's the worst. I'm happy that you hate LeBron because I fucking hate LeBron.
I hate LeBron.
He is the worst.
Whereas Giannis is like
LeBron's the greatest basketball player.
Oh, Giannis is the man.
I don't disagree with you, Scanlon. LeBron's a freak of nature.
He's just not the best basketball player to ever play.
He's very, very good, but
he was fucking great in that movie with Amy Schumer. He was great. He was not good. He was great. And the Sprite commercials. You're right, Carl.
Yeah, not Amy Schumer. Bill Hader.
Bill Hader was great in that movie.
Bill Hader's awesome.
So was that
Barry's a great show.
That's what Cena's in that too, right?
Speaking of LeBron acting, did you guys have any? Did any of you watch Space Jam 2?
No, I like to listen to the Lights Camera Barstool review of it and never watched it. I heard it was like,
I watched it.
What did you think, Scanlon? Because I didn't see the whole thing. I've seen like bits and pieces.
I don't know. It wasn't great.
Yeah, I mean
it's impossible. I mean, from people that I talked to that have kids, they said like their kids loved it.
Yeah,
but it's impossible to live up to like the Jordan, like when we were kids. Obviously, that's the nostalgia, the whole Looney Tunes, just the way Michael Jordan. Like you can't No 30-plus-year-old person is going to think Space Jam 2 is better than Space Jam 1.
Yeah, that's why I don't
Michael
understand
Jordan
making
is
the
better than
movie,
LeBron.
and they probably made so much money still.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
made that movie for kids that are
course.
10 and younger, and they all probably ate it up and loved it.
Oh yeah, and they
Love
like
it.
don't
It's
even
all
know
for the
about
kids.
old one. And then when they're
Probably-
like 5, they're gonna be like, "Yo, you see the OG Space Jam?" Like, I hate kids.
Yeah,
They'll watch it.
LaMelo Ball will
be
be making Space Jam 3 in like 20 years, and it'll be even worse than Space Jam 2.
Yeah, it's kind of
LaMelo Ball is awesome, by the way.
original Space Jam was made for kids, but it transcended.
Yeah, I know. I would love to see the Hornets in the playoffs, but they're probably going to have to make it at the expense of the Nets, and I don't really see that happening. So
What are your thoughts on?
They're going to be in the
wait till
play-in
next
game.
year.
What are your thoughts on
really-
Celtics? Since there's a lot of Boston Beaners here.
Celtics. I think the Celtics are really good. I still think they're a year or two away.
Yeah,
Celtics are definitely good. They have-
Especially with Robert Williams up in the air. I don't know what his status is, but when you watch them play the Heat the other day, all the Heat did was make Jason Tatum give the ball up. They scored 6 points in the last 6 minutes of the game and choked away a game at home against the Heat, which they needed to stay where they needed to be in seeding.
You let Jaylen Brown do his thing. You stop Jason Tatum. Celtics are shut down.
And Tatum's great. Don't get me wrong.
It's hard to stop Tatum.
The NBA is built on like you got to take your bumps and bruises, and he hasn't taken enough bumps and bruises yet. I think this year in the playoffs, we'll see what matchups they get, how far they're able to go, but I still think they're a year or two away from being able to take the crown from Giannis because the East belongs to Giannis. I'll keep saying it.
Now, what about so now the Bulls?
All right, this is based off one championship, Camp.
Yeah, but Giannis took his lumps and he won that championship, and now you see what he's doing this year. He's just carrying it over.
Giannis is
I mean, look,
for sure.
East
and if he wins another one, sure, it belongs to him.
But even if he doesn't win a championship this year, if he wins the East,
it's been 1 year.
Because I think it's going to be a rematch. I think Phoenix wins.
Well, I have a bet on Phoenix right now, and they're about to fuck me over. So against the John Morant-less Grizzlies team.
Now, okay, so the Bulls.
I love the Bulls.
I want to bring them into it.
Sure.
The Bulls?
The Bulls.
On
paper, their team is unbelievable. Their team is really good. But I mean, they started off super hot. They had the best record in the league for a little while, didn't they?
Yeah, they had a lot of injuries.
And then a lot of people got hurt, and then they just couldn't get it back. Now they're the 5th seed, but they're tied for the 5th seed right now with the Raptors, which is crazy actually. The top 7 teams are all 7 games back from 1.
Yeah, there's still so much
left.
There's still so many things to play out in the East. I mean, it could go so many different ways.
It really could.
I'm shocked that the Raptors, like, this is crazy that they're just like casually right in the middle of the hunt right here. Like,
it's a random team. Yeah.
Do they? Yeah. Like, who is playing for them besides Van Vliet and Siakam?
Nick Nurse, great coach.
Yeah,
and
he's a good coach.
Scotty Barnes being slept on for Rookie of the Year.
Oh yeah, they do have that dude. He's been killing it all year, and so has this not Shake Milton, Melton or whatever that's on the Grizzlies right here.
D'Anthony Melton.
D'Anthony Melton. He's been dominating too.
He's like 20 or 21 years old. It's crazy, all these young kids.
I'm excited to watch the Grizzlies in the playoffs.
Yeah, let's go to the West. Let's hear what we think about the West. We think the Suns are coming out of the West. I don't.
I do. I think they're the best team in the league. They have been all year.
What about the Lakers?
Mission. Lakers stink.
The Lakers in the hunt?
No, the Lakers stink.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
It's crazy. You have people like Shaq going on
LeBron.
TV on TNT saying like, if the Lakers get in, they'll beat the Suns. I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no way. The Lakers aren't good.
Do you think Morant on the Grizzlies can beat the Suns?
No.
They'll give him.
I think he could get, depending on where they fall in seeding. If they're the 2 seed, I think they could get to the Western Conference Finals, but I don't think they'll beat the Suns.
So hold on, let's see.
Because I think your Dallas Mavericks and Luka are in a super strong position to make a great run.
We're also kind of sleeping on the Warriors here. We're sleeping on the Warriors.
Where's Steph? We gotta see where Steph is though.
Where's Steph? Draymond's been playing awful.
Clay has been super hot and cold since he's come back. Jordan Poole's been playing fantastic, but
Jordan Poole's killing it.
Yeah, but then he killed it that other game. But then he just why did he take a half court shot with like 5 seconds left?
I think he thought he was fouled.
Yeah.
Has Clay been playing every game since he came back, or has he been in and out?
No, he's been playing, but he's just been hot and cold. I mean, one game he'll just have a vintage Clay performance and give you like 35 with like a 20-point quarter. And then like when they were playing the Suns the other night, he was ice cold. He was like 4 for 20.
Yeah. And I think, and Brian actually, I'm going to actually be a comment guy here and say Brian just made a good point. But the NBA is actually showing now you have to actually play all year long. You can't just walk into the playoffs and think you're just going to come out and win. There's so many good teams.
It's always been like that. People talk about like rest and this and that, and like people don't take the regular season seriously, but those are people that don't really pay attention.
I feel like there were times
regular season matters. It's always matters.
I feel like there were times when we were growing up where there were players and were teams that didn't really care to play.
Yeah, those teams didn't win.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We don't see that.
Right, but so that proves the point in its own right.
I don't know.
I have to try
the documentary and shit, and hearing like how they approach seasons and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. Like they like always looked at it as a team approach, like how are we gonna win this year and all this shit. And like I just don't see players doing that at this point in time.
But it's all one-on-one game.
It's all one. That's what I mean.
All individual athletes that they're searching for, and I mean, yeah, they have to play as a team to win a championship. You're not going to win a championship if you don't play as a team. And that those teams that do play as a team, they win championships. So
well,
like those teams that are going out individually, just focusing on individual stuff, they're not going to win a championship.
That's where it falls on coaching, though. Like
exactly. That's you talk about Coach K in the Olympics. It doesn't matter in the Olympics. But NBA coaching matters 100%. That's why you have Toronto.
Oh yeah,
I think the Olympics matter. I do think the Olympics matter. It's not easy to bring a bunch of guys with those kind of egos together.
Well, the Olympics, like home is where
they're just super. Like, they're way too. They're
also talented. The Olympic teams have like 6 Hall of Fame coaches on it. Like yeah, Coach K was the head coach. Then it was Jim Boeheim, Tom Thibodeau. Who else was on that? Who else was on that bench? Popovich. Like there was so many people. D'Antoni, like it wasn't just one guy coaching that team.
Yeah, no. Now,
but I guess that holds true for every team, like in the NBA too.
I'm gonna bring the Mavs back into this because for people that are watching, I'm a huge Mavs fan. Luka is an animal. He's an animal. He's one of those players that makes everybody around him play so much better, and he's been doing that all season long. They got rid of Porzingis. He hasn't had an all-star on his team. Porzingis is an all-star. Porzingis sucks, I think, personally. I think Luka can, like Tim said, I think Luka can, and the Mavs, they can make a good run in the playoffs. I think they have a shot against the Suns too.
What they need to do is get rid of Tim Hardaway Jr.
He's not even playing right now. He has a broken wrist, I think it is, or something like that. But he's going to be coming back, I think, for the playoffs.
Him and Tobias Harris, the most outrageous contracts in the entire NBA.
He's a bench player. He's going to come off the bench, and he's going to try and
making money like a superstar.
And we have so many guards right now too. I was hoping Tim Hardaway was going to be involved in the trade this year, but him and Dwight Powell.
Brunson has been playing good from what I've seen. I haven't watched every game or anything.
He was unbelievable up until the trade deadline. Once the trade deadline passed, and like all these, like, because he was very sought after. The Knicks wanted him. There's a couple teams that wanted him, but then as soon as the trade deadline passed, I feel like he kind of just like plateaued, and he just kind of stayed the same throughout the rest of the year instead of playing at that high level he was, which I wish he was. But I do think because Luka has more 30-point triple doubles right now than. I saw a huge list of names. There was a bunch of different Hall of Famers. Durant was on there. There was a bunch of different names on there. I think Luka has the potential to carry this team.
Understand that I'm not a smart man. Where's Durant right now? Where's he playing?
Brooklyn.
How are they?
I mean, they're fighting for their lives.
Yeah. They're the 8th seed right now.
You made that fucking hit. That was fucking hot. Yeah. I mean, they're fighting for their lives. That was like, the media's like, whoa.
They're the 8th seed, but 8 through 10 are all.
They're going to have to play
the same record. They're going to have to play the playing game, yeah, because I mean the Wizards, they're not going to. They don't have. I mean, they do have a chance. I did see in the comment section the Bullets, as Brian I think calls them, we're going to win everything. They're not going to make the playoffs either. They have Porzingis on the team too.
With the West, I think it was 4 years ago. Phoenix, Memphis, and Dallas were the 3 worst teams in the league. Now they're the top 3 teams in the West.
That's wild, right? I saw that earlier. It's wild.
I do love to see that. Some fresh blood at the top of the West. I mean, the MVP race is very interesting to me. Luka's inserted his name. Jokic is obviously up there. Embiid is up there.
Giannis
is obviously up there. Booker. I'm very curious to see who's they're going to give it to. I think it should be Giannis, but I could easily see Luka, Jokic, any other guy winning it.
Luka's
I
numbers
think
are
Giannis
insane.
should probably be up there for MVP. Is that what you're talking about, MVP?
Yeah.
I think it's Giannis by far. I also who like are the Jazz and the Nuggets still just the same team that they had the last 2 or 3 years? Like they just don't add anybody that like seems to matter or make a difference. Like they're just the same exact teams, like Mitchell and Gobert, Jokic and Jamal Murray and a couple other guys out there, but like they make enough noise to like
Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon's a new guy from his first year in Denver was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was last year was his first year.
That's where the Jokic MVP talk comes from because they haven't had Michael Porter Jr. or Jamal Murray pretty much all year. He's just carrying them still. They're just super formal.
And that's what I don't get about like why Luka doesn't get the love I think he deserves because he doesn't have a fellow all-star next to him just like Jokic didn't all year. Which I mean, Jamal Murray's he's probably an all-star at this point in his career.
Jamal Murray definitely is.
Yeah, but like Luka, he doesn't have that all-star next to him, and the numbers that he puts up, I feel like I think he should get MVP this year, especially being the 3 or 4 seed going into the playoffs.
I mean, he's starting to get some love now, but I think the problem with Luka is that he came into the year.
Andy, do you want to fuck him, dude?
Oh man, Luka, I would. If he was here right now, I'd slap his dick around, and I'm straight.
Pause. Luka's mom on the other hand.
Oh, Luka's mom.
Yeah, she's.
I'd have 3-way with him.
Yeah, I mean Dallas is looking at. Utah right now.
Luka and his mom.
Yeah, that's awesome. Chicken and the egg.
That'd be possibly the most bizarre threesome of all time. I don't know how it gets much weirder.
Definitely been done before.
Never know what can happen. Anything is possible. Like
I'll say this: ancient Rome and ancient Greece exist, so like it definitely happened before. And then like a whole fucking 1,000 years of the like English kingdoms.
You think a mother, her son,
and a girl,
and a fan?
I guarantee.
Have ever had sex before?
I guarantee Achilles had sex with his mom, like 100%.
Well, that was the thing at that time.
Yeah, like they fucked their moms, dude. They were into it. Maybe their moms were hot. Maybe they weren't. Maybe no one was hot.
They were pretty much all Targaryens.
Yo, speaking of
August 21st.
Poster, let's fucking.
I think it's August 21st.
Yeah,
House of the Dragon.
Yeah, House of the Dragon. That poster got me so jacked up. Seeing that there's a black dude with fucking blonde dreadlocks in this show gets me smoking wet.
That's something we can also go off on in this show. There's a bunch of
Game of Thrones
series and stuff like Game of Thrones is obviously one of them. Definitely.
I haven't done a show about like that kind of stuff in a long time where I just get to like I literally used to do a Game of Thrones show with this very, very handsome man from Florida and a guy with MS. He's a different person. He got beat up. And we used to do a Game of Thrones show, and it was like one of my favorite shows to do, but I would always come not prepared enough because like I knew all these things, but like just not enough to talk about it on a show. It's like you could sit there and talk theories all day, but when you come and you have to be like,
you got to read the books like 6 times.
You have, like, and I've read them 10 times probably, like way too many. But it's just like if you're not like reading the parts that you're talking about at that time, like you are just like people could school you. They're just like, nope, you're wrong. Like,
that world is super deep, and that's why it's taken that fat fuck George R.R. Martin so long to write the next 2 books, which are probably.
I always said that. Like, I don't care if it takes him a fucking 100 years, dude. Like, I'll fucking sit here and wait because that book.
The worst thing that's gonna happen is we're gonna get the 6th one. We're never gonna get the 7th one.
He's also a king of knowing that once, like, if you hold that last one up, that fucking it's always there. Like it's.
But like, that's why I think House of the Dragon is going to be real good because that's all finished.
Well, in like fantasy worlds, like it's important to do that because like once a fantasy show is over, that world just basically dies and like that like just is a part of people's life. And it's like, so look at us. We're still like excited about it because like those books haven't ended. We don't know the end story of that, you know? So like.
So once the ending comes out, it's kind of closure.
Yeah, once the ending comes out and they don't get it right, we just start. Now we could start our bitching, you know, like.
I still don't think the end of the show is as bad as everyone says it was.
It wasn't as bad as everyone says it was. I just look at it like it was just a different ending. That's because like
it wasn't the end. It wasn't the last episode. It was the whole season.
Yes,
the whole last 2 seasons were terrible.
Yeah,
but
100%.
But here's the deal: they weren't terrible. They were awesome.
They weren't as bad.
They were good. They weren't.
It wasn't George R. Martin books. No. Like it wasn't. It was just Hollywood made. It was like
7 and 8. Was that 7 and 8 or 6 and 7?
Well, it was like 2 split seasons.
7 and 8.
Split the last one.
So 1 through 6 were
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. It would have been 10 episode seasons.
Well, like 5. After 5, they got rid of what's his name, Dario Naharis, and they switched him. That's where the show like it didn't. 6 was good. Like 6 was when like Dario Naharis fought that dude, and like he was coming at him, and he just fucking.
But you can see, you can see the transition.
Yeah. And after that, when they had to start writing it themselves, it went fucking to the shitter. Like just the story, like a witch, like a fire witch or a fire wizard died by freezing to death. In Game of Thrones, that's not possible. Like the red lady is up at the wall, and she's not wearing a coat or anything because they're like they follow the fire god, like they're the fire priests, and like they have the fire, whatever, blah blah blah. But what's his name dies freezing to death. Like that can't happen.
No, it doesn't make sense.
The guy with the red beard, like you can't do that.
Thoros.
Yeah, Thoros Amir. Like he dies with the red beard, with the red beard. He dies in the
attacked by a zombie.
Yeah, the fire priest froze to death. Like what is that?
It wasn't Thoros. It was his boy.
Oh yeah, what's Thoros Amir's?
His priestess.
What was that? Was that Weber?
The beginning of that show, no show started as hot as that did. The embryo season, if you will, was like it was the craziest shit I've ever seen, and then it kept getting better and better, and then dropped off a cliff.
When that show came out, no one gave a fuck until
I think once
season 2
got through the first season.
The Red Wedding made people cutting Sean Bean's head off made everyone.
Ned Stark's head getting cut off was like, oh shit, this is going to get crazy.
Yeah, everybody's like, what do you mean you cut off the main character's head in episode 9? That was the only time I ever Googled something like of that show.
We got Tits and Dragons.
Yeah, and then we got Tits and Dragons, and everyone was like locked.
Everyone's locked. Yeah.
And
also, Thoros, he died from blood loss, apparently from the bear attack.
Oh, that's what they're saying.
Yeah,
they got attacked by a fucking zombie polar
bear. Yeah. So he blood loss, and then obviously
it had so many main characters, and he was the only one they killed.
Also, there was no cooler enemy.
Eric Dondarrion.
There was no cooler enemy than what's his name?
Battle of Winterfell. It's
who the fuck was the main? Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name.
Oberyn Martell.
No. The king of like the zombies. What the fuck was his name?
The Night King. The
Night King. There was no cooler like evil bad guy in a show than him.
Fucked that one.
I love that dude.
Yeah, but they fucked up like how the fucking White Walkers just disappeared.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
Like there was a whole lore and everything behind the White Walkers, and then just Arya started.
They should have just had Jon and the Night King fight each other on the end, though.
I mean, I love Arya. I think her story, like in the books, her storyline is so cool, and like that was where you could start telling the show is fucking up the books. Like her story when she goes to Bravos.
The biggest sign of when the show fucked up the books was what they did to Dorne.
What they did to who?
Dorne.
They totally didn't even talk about him.
I mean, Oberyn Martell's still one of the coolest characters ever.
I mean, they did Oberyn right. He was great.
But that's because that's written.
Right, but that's once they got to the Sand Snakes and they were in country with Dorne.
No, because you know what? That's one Sand Snake showing her titty in that prison is worth all of it. Those were some nicest titties I've ever seen. I've gone back just to see.
And what better person to see him up front like that than Bronn?
Yeah. Well, I am. Who was it? Was what's his name? Bronn, right? Yeah.
Bronn. Yeah, it was Bronn.
I was a huge Jorah the Andal. I hate him. I hate Jorah.
You were a big Hodor guy, Fry.
No, I hate Hodor.
No, you were. You told me you loved Hodor.
I cried when he died. Spoilers.
I also the him saying "hold door" and that being "hold the door."
That's just like what
I was like, what?
I kind of liked that season because it was the flashback season. Like we saw the Sword of the Morning.
That was great.
That was cool.
Yo, at one point in time, someone was we were watching that episode, and like dude pulled out the 2 swords, and someone we were watching with goes, "Who is that?" And I go, "Sir Arthur Dane," and Carm just goes, "Sword of the morning." It was the coolest thing. It was so stupid, and like we were the biggest losers ever, but it was like,
just so insane.
I had like a small wiener, and all the cum came out of it, all of it.
Pause.
What?
I don't know how we went from talking about the West.
Now we just
talking about the Denver Nuggets to full Game of Thrones.
Stop letting me talk about sports. We're talking about.
You get me going on Thrones. I'll nerd out on it for a couple of hours. I'm doing that. I just watched like most of the last season.
I can't go back and rewatch. Like, at one point in time, that's all I did was rewatch Game of Thrones. Like, and I can't get past like season 3 now.
I don't try and like rewatch it. I just go and just like pick random episodes.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's what Scalen said. He just goes and picks his favorites.
Yep.
I need to go rewatch the whole thing.
Episode all the time just for that sword fight. It's fucking sick. Or like I watched like what the hell's the name of the episode when Danny shows up with Drogon and just burns the fucking entire Lannister army. Brings the
yeah, that episode was great. That's what I mean. Like some of the last seasons were good. Like one of my favorite scenes of the show was in the last season, but like I don't know. It's just the storyline they butchered. Like they just did things that like I don't know. I guess that's what
they just should have never shortened the seasons. It should have. They just 10 episode seasons.
They made this commitment to 50 episodes as if, or whatever amount of episodes, as if like people like, dude, you have the biggest show in America, and it went like a balloon popping, not even a balloon deflating. It was like a pop.
And that's the problem. I think they got too big, and it became like too much of a hassle for them to film it. And
and with fan service, dude.
These fucking crazy ass episodes anymore, so we're just gonna turn it into like. Because they said they wanted the final season to be like 3 movies. And if you watch those final 6 episodes in like 2 episode segments, they're like movies. It's like watching Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah.
It didn't play out as well when you're doing it like week to week.
Like that's where they're trying to get creative. That's what I mean. They're trying to get creative here. And it's just like, yo, this is like the point of Game of Thrones was like he set up a perfect world where there are dragons and magic. Okay, so we can't get creative here. There's no creativity here.
my ears are gonna start bleeding if we keep talking about this. Come on.
Well, what else we want to talk about then? We're an hour 23 into this.
To be honest, I have cereal on my mind because I can't wait to have a bowl of Fruity Pebbles after this is done. But
Fruity Pebbles is your choice.
Yeah. Well, I've been on a Fruity Pebbles kick, but I mean, I love all cereal.
Late night Pebbles.
I eat. That's usually the last thing I eat every day. Like my favorite meal of the day is the cereal I eat before bed.
That's like my dessert after dinner every night.
Nice.
It's the best meal there is.
Right now,
it's great.
I have either Cinnamon Toast Crunch or actually since the last time I hung out with Webb, he mentioned French Toast Crunch. So
yeah.
But I haven't seen it. The last 2 times I went to the store, I haven't seen it.
They I
want it so bad.
Man, Walmart delivery, baby. They bring it right to my front porch.
They discontinued that for years and then just came back with it a couple of years ago.
They discontinued that for a while?
Yeah,
years, Weber, like 10 years.
Yeah, French. I remember that actually.
Now there's like there's a new cinnamon. It's like it's like graham cracker cinnamon toast crunch or something like that.
They have so many different variations of every single cereal.
There's a segment that by this Canadian dude, and it's about the different types of Captain Crunch that we have in America compared to Canada. It's one of the funny. It's the dude. You ever watch Letterkenny?
Yeah.
It's the fat guy. It's the fat guy from it. It's a fucking great segment. He's just like, yo, they have one called they have crunch berries. He's like, now I'm not a botanist, but I don't know about this plant, the crunch berry.
I was a real funny comment. I'm sorry, Webb, by all the mayhem. Toxic cereal. That's why purple is bald.
So fast.
Toxic cereal. That's why I'm bald. No,
cereal is pretty. It's actually really not good for you.
Oh, really, Andy? It's not.
At all.
All sugar and carbs aren't good for you.
I think it's Willy Wonka in the it's Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory where they're like talking about cereal, and I think he just goes back. He's just like, "Oh no, that's all pencil shavings and sugar." And I just thought about it one day, and I was like, "It legit could be."
You're basically just eating a bowl of sugar. That's what it is. Unless you're having some kind of like.
Well, I eat like Raisin Bran. That's still a bowl of sugar.
I was gonna say the raisins are covered in sugar.
Covered in sugar. Like I eat Honey Nut Cheerios covered in sugar. Regular Cheerios are the only.
Every single cereal in the world.
Well, I mean, not regular Cheerios. It's just plain baby food.
To be honest, I fuck with Special K, and I feel like that's
like Special K, but that's also covered in just like good for you sugars. So like it's still covered.
Is it? Yeah, I guess they all are. I mean,
no, not the plain one. The plain one isn't. It's just
I'm talking about the plain one.
It's that's just straight up like flakes, like Raisin Bran flakes.
Chris Becks are also awesome. There's a couple of good ones out there that are like
O's,
somewhat healthy for you.
Eat O's.
Mm-mm.
Oh, O's. Oh, they have it's a tinier box because it's premium. It's like a Cheerio with honey bunches of oats, like the little Crispies that come in honey bunches of oats.
Yeah.
Okay, so they increased the size of the Cheerio and they put those bunches of oats in the middle and then cover it in a beautiful honey coating. Did I sell you yet? Are you sold?
No.
It's
that's a very good description of it.
I thought of SpaghettiOs as soon as you said that. O's.
The place I ever ate SpaghettiOs was Casey Surge's house.
Super random.
Yeah, sorry.
Shout out Casey Surge.
Shout out Surge.
Bald as hell too.
Bro, he was bald when he was like 22.
Yeah, no, he got bald fast. No, you know who Jerry Riley is? He went to Riverside.
Yeah.
You ever see his hair now? It's fucking wild.
No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that kid since.
So like that's how I.
Oh, okay.
With them.
Did he play basketball there?
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah, he was good. I just didn't know if he played or not. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So you guys thought you were gonna have a short show. This is an hour and a half. See, it goes by fast.
Fry, real quick before we hop off or whatever. The dude I coach with right now, like Gibbs, obviously head coach, but the assistant coach is Jamie Westcott.
I know, I love him, dude. He once paid for my meal at Cooper's, just out of the blue.
You know him?
He did the podcast with
yeah.
Stop. He didn't. It was someone else. But I know Jamie Westcott too.
And his girlfriend, I guess, Sam something.
Yeah.
They both went to Missouri. You know both of them?
Yeah. They he's a good dude. He owns a bike store or something up in Dallas, like right on Harvey's Lake.
He's an assistant.
Still have the hiccups. How do you have the hiccups this long? Do you see a doctor?
Yeah, for real. It's been almost 2 hours because we were.
You're not even getting enough air at this point.
I'm not
breathing.
breathing.
Drink today.
Yeah,
you're not breathing.
I've been taking a breath this whole show.
No, dude, I've had them on and off for the past 2 days. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I had to say, the past 2 years, I can't get rid of these hiccups. I would literally,
no.
Dude,
it's literally been the past 2 days. Yeah. I'll be fine for a couple hours, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're back. I don't know what the fuck.
So, what day do you guys want to do this on? Fridays is tough because you're eventually going to have something to do on a Friday.
Yeah, sure. Tuesdays and Wednesdays work for you, right?
Tuesdays or Wednesdays are best for me because I could do it at any time during those days.
Those would be perfectly fine for me.
Why don't you do it
the week?
Why don't you do it? But then do it. Could you do it at 7?
Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday at 7 o'clock is perfect.
All right,
I could definitely do 7,
6:30 because, like I said, we have our show that's every day. It's like Monday through Friday, and then a Saturday show. But they start at 8. So if you did 6:30 or 7 to 8, and then it gives you a good hard cut. If you guys go over because you're having a good convo. It's our show. We don't give a fuck.
That's fine with me.
Right. I mean, at least we know what we're getting into now. I didn't know how any of this was how the layout was going to be at all.
It's much easier to do a show this way, though, isn't it?
Yes.
It gives you people calling in if you have nothing to talk about. It gives you comments. It's even though people are just trolling probably the whole time, it doesn't matter.
I love it. Bring it.
Yeah.
Oh no,
someone said I was a huge fan of Larry Nassar, which is hysterical.
They also
I'm not a big fan of Larry Nassar.
I think he was a criminal. That's that. I want that known right off the bat. I'll make something that scrolls across the bottom, Andy.
What's that?
I'll make something that scrolls across the bottom, Andy, that just says that you're not a Larry Nassar fan for the next show. Disclaimer: Andy does not
I'll wear a T-shirt.
Yeah. Oh, now we can get you guys you can make merch and stuff. We have merch stores.
Do you really?
Get right on that, Web.
I will.
Start drawing it out.
Well, then I'll share this.
I will get on that. We'll fire some stuff up.
I feel like you guys would be able to actually sell it because you can use your Instagrams and stuff, and Scram people would eat it up like a fucking cake.
I'll call Minio and have him fire up some designs for it.
Why? Is he a graphic designer? I need graphic designers right now.
Yeah.
Really? Where does he work?
He's good at it too. I don't know what company he works for, but that's what he does.
Is he still in Scranton?
Yeah, he lives in Greenridge.
Are you serious? Let's go. I like legit. I need like graphic. Has he been like? You don't know much about where he's working.
No, I don't know much about where he's working, but I know he's good at all that shit. So
yeah, you can have. Look at we have a couple people's merch stores on here.
I mean, he's the one who does all the designs for like the Cody Brace tournaments every year.
Oh, really?
That's him.
So we just our merch. We just like do funny jokes and just turn them into shirts. So they're like very terrible quality, but we have basically like these stores. You could just. It's like printing on demand, basically.
Okay,
that's sweet.
So like it does. You don't have to have like shirts made and then you have like 10 mediums left or bullshit. Like it's just on demand. Like if someone wants to go to your store and buy it, it's there.
Like made to order. Like you can just order a certain size and then they'll send it to you. It's not like we have 500 mediums that we have to get rid of.
Yeah. You don't have to buy 80 shirts and then sell from there. You could just sell one at a time. Now, granted, you get like less profit. Right. But it's like, dude, I've never even like taken the money out of of the thing because like we don't care about the fucking like if you start making money you will, but like we just have a bunch of shit. And,
this is at least incentive to like actually work harder with this stuff.
The Willie 8-ball instead of the clown nose, we put the 8-ball on the nose.
Who is that?
That's awesome.
That's he works for Kirk. He's my Ivy League producer, Willie G. Yeah, certified degenerate.
Yeah, that's actually hilarious. I'm very interested in that aspect.
This is I stole this off Green Turtle. We don't like this guy right here, so I made a turtle, and this is Turtle Boy, and he's fucking that guy. So
that's a Rappaport type shirt.
Yeah. I made
Fry,
this.
Fry, what is GVE?
We are GVE.
No, I know, but what does it stand for?
We are GVE. So me and BA made this thing. If we just anytime anyone asks if what is GVE, just keep saying we are GVE, and then when they ask again, you just keep saying it. But like there is no debt. It's just like we just made a fake company.
GVE.
It stands for Griff Vegas Enterprises though. Griff Vegas is a sweet name.
I can see it right at the top.
Yeah. So,
Griff Vegas.
The coolest name though. His boys, that Canadian kid, his boys call him that when he gets all trash. They call him Griffy Vegas.
Griffy Vegas. I like it.
Isn't that a great name? It's like a porn name. It's like a businessman's name.
It could be anything. It
could be your dad's name.
Yeah, Griff Vegas
could be a starting center fielder for the Oakland A's.
Could be a bloke down in the road. What did they say? Get him to the Greek. Oh, a Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, yeah.
Isn't this fucking coffee mug dope? It's just like generic coffee mug #1. Like a corporate coffee.
You can barely even see it.
That looks like a pharmaceutical company is like giving those away.
Corporate. Yeah, it's a great mug. We had some pretty good merch. We have some.
This is pretty dope, dude. I didn't realize how.
This kid
detailed all this stuff.
This is my guy right here. He was in Nadu's corner for Rough and Rowdy when Nadu fought. What's his name?
Yeah.
He tweeted this out in the middle of the Rough and Rowdy, and then we caught this on the live stream of him, like he was on camera, and we got him tweeting this out. Hey, Rico Bosco, if I hear you going after Jeff Nadu behind the scenes, I faked. Wait, what does this say? I faked a little NJ college chatter, but if you want some smoke, I'm down the hall, buddy. Can't miss me. Live, like thinking like he was gonna actually get into a fight with Rico Bosco.
Rico Bosco is the softest human being alive.
He's the worst human in the world.
The softest.
He's the worst human in the world. And like, Kirk, like he's on his trivia team and he like embraced Rico for a while. And I'm just like, all these Minute fans just do whatever Kirk says. So like they're all like, oh, Rico's the man. Rico's the man. I'm like, dude, this guy stinks.
Rico's Army in here.
Well, some riders. We got riders in here.
All right. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah. We're good to go here.
Let's get Bubba Fett to wrap it up.
Yo, yeah.
We'll do some planning for the future, I guess, since we know what we're getting into every week now.
Probably get some music.
Instead of just
UNC to cover, Duke to win, Kansas to cover, and then take it to the bank.
Look at the blurry. Yo,
the blurry helmet.
You definitely were able to wear that all episode, by the way. Peace.
To a tree.
A wonderful day for many reasons. We might get mail from the postman. Or we might just get a song from Ace. Because I'm back.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. How long you been back, man? I see the girls in the club, they're getting wild for me. And all the pretty chicks all wanna smile at me. These rap cats, man, they all got this style for me. And if I ever see them, man, they probably bow to me. And when this beat drop, I know they gon' lean. World debut, I know they